All right, hello. Yeah, so I'd actually done this workout since last Tuesday. So I did the workout specifically on the 20th of December. I usually try to, compile all the footage as soon as possible, so within a day or so. But I've been super busy over the last few days. Really, I think I've really benefited from putting together these videos. Like it's just a way to, really collate my thoughts about how my training went. And it's something I've actually, actually gone back to try to understand how I felt on that day and also look at simultaneously how the weights were moving, which I think is super helpful for me. But yeah, in general, today was a bench day primarily. Also did a bunch of other upper body stuff, but basically it was a bench day. I started off the day with a heavy triple at 160 pounds, and that is about 80% of my current training max. Yeah, it's pretty interesting looking at how my bench is looking right now, because these were weights I used to, entirely smoke before. But it's cool. I'm very happy with how the weights are moving right now. I think it's just something I have to just build back up pretty much from the ground. And I like the way the building is going right now. Is the building is going really nicely right now. So yeah, after the heavy treble at 160 pounds, I went into the juggernaut specific stuff. So the triple is just mostly so I can really keep on working with heavier weights and just not, decondition myself to lifting heavier weights, just on racking them, just feeling how it feels in my hand, all those kinds of things. Even though the exertion is probably not too much, but at the end of the day, powerlifting is about lifting a heavy weight for one time, right? So yeah, then after the heavy treble, I went to the juggernaut specific stuff, did 145, eight reps, two sets. Then went into the AMRAP set, the as many reps as possible set. And I did this for 11. I was actually going for 12 on that one, but I just didn't have 12 on that day. Maybe even if I did have 12, it'd have been a huge grinder. And it's something I want to leave a little bit in the tank. I don't think that's worth it for me right now. I don't want to be pushing my bend too much. I don't want to tweak something. Like I just don't want any issues. So I just took the 11 and ran with it. Um in general, how were the weights feeling on this day? I think they were feeling fine. I'll say just besides the AMRAP set, it was feeling fine. And I will say on the AMRAP sets, I do think I lost position very early. Usually I'm able to, with the way I arch and everything, I'm able to keep a lot more tightness in my back. But I did know right when I racked it, I was like, oof, I lost position already from the very start. So I think that already disadvantaged me a little bit. So maybe that's why I got fatigued very early in the set. And I can only hit 11 relatively hard sets, hard reps. But it's okay. That's why we keep on going every day, right? Just we keep on improving every day. But definitely was the loss of position played a role. Also, I'm just not very, that's just where my strength is at too. Something I try not to do too much of is just, over analyzing when it's just that you just don't have the strength on that day, which is okay. That's why we're building the strength. That's why I go to the gym and all that stuff. But yeah, besides the juggernaut bench stuff, I also did a bunch of front lever training. So right now I'm at the single leg tuck, and I'm liking the way my single leg tucks are looking nowadays. A problem I had for a long time was I think I wasn't extending my extended leg enough. So what I mean is that it was almost like looking from the side, my body was forming a little bit of a V. So I butted a little bit, essentially it was forming a little bit of a V, eh, in that my extended leg wasn't straight with my torso. And what I've just done to fix that is at the very start of the movement, I try to be overextended because it seems like it's very hard not to, gradually, pull up your leg as the movement goes on. And I think that's really helped me to just, maintain a more, straight line from my shoulders all the way to my toes. Yeah, and I think it looks better now. So I'm gonna stick with this progression for a while, maybe another month or so, before trying to do another progression. Another thing I did was I also did some doubles. So I did some doubles at about 80% of my training max right now. So 160 pounds. I did eight doubles, eight sets of doubles. So 8 by 2. And I like doing these ones. I think because of the lower, the lower number of reps, you're able to, maintain very good form. And, I think they are high quality reps, but you also do a lot of them. And the fact that I'm also doing a lot of front levers, I think it also helps me. It's also a nice thing to superset the front levers with. I think they both, complement each other. You're able to maintain tightness in your lats after doing a front lever in your bench press, and you're able to maintain chest tightness when doing the front lever after doing the bench press. So I think they complement each other well. Some other things I did on this day were I was meant to do rows, but I didn't do rows on this day. I did do the chin ups, and in place of the rows, the reason why I didn't do rows is because I was rushing from the gym actually. And in place of the rows, what I did was that when I got back home, I just did a bunch of pull ups. So I did 30 pull-ups pretty much. Normally the rows I do 3 by 10 rows, but I did 30 pull-ups instead to make up for those rows. But in general, it was a pretty good workout day. I kind of, I kind of wish I was able to hit the 12 I was going for on the bench press, but it's okay. We'll get them the next time. And I'm looking forward to the next bench day. I'm gonna smoke it. All right, peace.